Hi there, guys, and welcome to the Chronicles of Gamers. This is a podcast where we love to explain our love, hate, relationship with video games. I'm, of course, your host, Efocutioner. Let me switch over to my music. Efocutioner here, AE. I still fucks with my intro music. It's the fucking best intro music. I got the fucking best. Da-na-na. Oh man, I let this play quite a bit today. I can freestyle and give all my cares away. But today, folks, I got a show for you. I got them topics, the discussions, the things that I bring through. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright. Yeah, I think that's the longest I've left that one. Oh, man. Anyways, welcome to episode 114 of the Chronicles of Gamers podcast. For those of you who are brand new to the show, thank you for coming through, man. Round of applause to you. Where is the applause? Oh, there we go. Round of applause to you for coming through with my returning motherfuckers. I appreciate y'all, my gamers. And today, I got some topics on the way. No, I have not forgotten about the GameStop thing. I still feel like there's a little bit more to the story, but I mean, I got my conclusions and stuff that I could easily bring out, and I think it's still a good discussion to talk about. But I wanna wait to see what really happens, because I don't think it's over. But it might be close to over. Well, maybe, like I said, let's see where that goes. Besides that, I have some topics, some things to discuss. Some great things have happened. Some shitty things have happened. But I feel like I'm gonna break this down. So let me hit the button.
Breaking news!
I want to have this discussion. So let me switch over to the video thing. But this pretty much goes into it. So Neil Druckmann, he kind of made like this post talking about games being political, and of course some gamers once again feel like, hold on, let me play the music. So some gamers believe that some games are not political. And then they had me really just sitting there again because, the games that they were referenced and say like, man, games don't always need to be political this, blah, blah, blah. And what's interesting is the person that Neil Druckmann responded to, he kind of mentioned like Far Cry 3 as being not political, Hellblade, Sensuda's Sacrifice, Halo Reach. It's just interesting that I haven't played Spec Ops The Line, so I can't really say anything. But those three, I can definitely say. But it's one of those things where I sat there and I'm like, we are still having this political talk. Like, this didn't just happen. Like, this has been, like, as soon as I hopped into the gaming industry for the first time ever, I've seen it. Even when I wasn't paying too much attention, like, every once in a while, you would still hear the motherfucking, like, discussions of, like, the fucking, oh my gosh, here we go again. Like, here we go again with the political talk. So then it had me really thinking, like, bro, what in the Carmen Sandiego? Like, what is it? What the fuck is political? Why is it that people have this overreaction to things that are political, especially in the video game industry? Why is it that when we try to have a serious discussion of just why, like, certain things are the way they are, or when we change like a video game character from not being a generic white guy or a majority American male, it creates this discord of like, oh, it's being too political, and like, oh, LGBTQ, oh, too political, black, too political, like Asian, Latino, too political, talking about war that's not World War II or World War I, too political. It's just interesting. Like, pretty much Kojima, too political. So I had to really look up what political was. And I definitely went on dictionary.com. I did on Webster's Dictionary. Webster's Dictionary actually gave me quite a few suggestions of what political is, and like some of it was just based off the party, some of it was based off like government, governing, and stuff like that. But there was one part of the definition on dictionary.com when you type in political, not political party, not political correction, not political anything, just the one word that says political. Just the one word that says political. And it mind fucked me. Like when I saw this, I literally was like,
What?
because I was like, wow, this makes sense. This makes sense on like why people are so quick to throw things into being political, and then they're just like, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to, people be this and blah, blah, blah. But political. As I looked up on dictionary.com, I think this was like number 6. You can just Google it. Even my video people, you could just Google it. Like you don't need me to help you out. So, but there's one thing that I wrote down, and political, of or relating to citizens, right? Of or relating to citizens. I was a little interested by that, because I was like, what do you mean by citizens? And then I kind of like dug a little bit deeper, and then like there was another one on Webster that kind of talked about it. Even when you type in the word political definition in Google search, it kind of talks a little bit about it. But of or relating to citizens, it seems like people have like this base or like this bias, or people decide what they feel is to them right or wrong, or what they are comfortable with or they are uncomfortable with. So as I was looking up the word political, I started to notice something, that the pattern is, it seems like this is something that a group of people came together and they said, we are comfortable with this happening, and if people were to go against the norm of this happening, then this should happen. Or if they're not comfortable with it, then they'll feel like, well, I'm not comfortable with this, so these consequences should happen. And it's like something just very interesting. But it was just like, as I looked it up, it's the difference between comfort and uncomfort. So I had to really think about this. But as I was doing that, I actually found this wonderful tweet, and I want to pull it up. Jacob from Jacob GOTY on Twitter, he pretty much put like literally underneath Neil Druckmann's tweet that not straight equals political, not white equals political, and not a man equals political. And when I saw that, I was like,
what the hell?
Because I was like, you know what? That's crazy. Why is that? Like, I don't know if you notice in the gaming industry, but like any deviation from a change that's not straight, not white, not a man, equals political. And then if it's political, it's, I don't want to talk about it, I'm uncomfortable with it. So it just had me really thinking like, yo, I think the problem with the gaming industry is the same thing that's going on with the whole entire fucking world right now. We are not used to being uncomfortable. And a lot of the things that are making us uncomfortable, instead of us asking, why are we uncomfortable at these things, we're just saying, nope, fuck this, we out, nope. Like, I don't like it, we gotta get this out of here. And you know what?
It's spooky.
That the people that are so uncomfortable are the people that are just like, I don't like this, let's just stick to the same, let's stick to the norm, yada, yada, yada. Even the people that make games, like their hiring process and stuff like that, I can understand why a lot of developers focus on the particulars of what they do. So like, I don't know if people notice, but it really is just a straight white guy. Like, period, for a great deal of video games. Nothing wrong with that. If you got a good story, characters don't really fucking matter. But in my defense, I'm like, yo, representation matters, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand, I get it. But it's just interesting because even the diversity talks that we talk about in the video game industry, right? It's just like, oh, well, why do we have to hire diversity? Why can't we just hire the best? And it's just like, well, how do you know who the best person to hire is, or for them to work on the game is? Like, you're just basing your decisions on a fucking resume. And like, let's be honest with it. The motherfucker who went to Harvard and got 4.0 GPA could be the most booty butt cheeks developer you ever made. But the fucker who spent his time learning Unity on fucking YouTube for like 3 to 6 months and like making games as he's doing for fun could be the next Kojima over here. And then instead of you just like looking at the resume or looking at the work, you're kind of just basing your decision on like this small thing of like, oh man, let me meet this person. Oh, they talk. Oh, they have this. And then you're just like, I don't know if I'm comfortable around them. Like even a lot of hiring, like you could just think about it. Like think about the whole entire discourse of the gaming industry, not just from like developers, but even like people working in IGN or Kotaku. You know, like I still don't get over the whole Jason. Well, not Jason, but what's this dude's name? That's like the top guy at IGN, like the John Stapleton or the Stapleton guy, right? And he said like, you know, more African Americans should like fucking, you know, submit their resumes and everything, and we'll check and hire. And then, you know, like Blessings came out of nowhere saying like, bruh, we're in there. You ain't looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of called his ass out because it's just like, you know, damn, bro. But I always love mentioning that because it's one of those things where it's just like, yo, I know my resume is in that fucking system right there. It's still baking and cooking. It's there for like a couple of years. And it's just like, well, how do you really know that they're the best of the best of the best? And because you don't or you don't like try to get people outside of the norm for you, you can only make these type of games with these particular type of peoples. But then you can't get mad that after a while people are just like, you know what, I don't really want to support my money playing these type of games with these particular type of characters. I kind of want to play something else, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just be surprised. Like you can't just be like,
What?
you know, when your audience, because I don't like calling them customers, because we're not obligated to buy your shit, but you can't be mad at your audience. It's just like, we don't want to support this, so we're out. We're gonna, look, like we're letting you know we would like a different type of thing to make. And it's just interesting that the video game industry, from the people in charge to the people buying, are just in this position of just being uncomfortable, and no one is really sitting down and asking themselves, why the fuck am I uncomfortable with this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we just all need to get used to being uncomfortable to the point where we can be comfortable being uncomfortable. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's something I kind of learned in therapy. I think that's another thing that we're hitting to that point too, where I think therapy should be a little bit more mandatory or mandated, because it's just like, if you're going to hate that a game is, and I'm going to, you know, once again, check off Jacob's, you know, game of the year, or GOTY tweet, but, you know, not straight equals not straight, not white, not man, you know, but we could check that off. But it's just like, I don't see a problem with there just being an LGBTQ character, you know, even though I'm not. You know, there are people that are, and I feel like that'd be a good representation, because goodness knows they need it. You know, African Americans need it. Black people need it. Goodness forbid, you know, like sometimes you get tired of being a fucking gangster all the time. Although there's nothing wrong with that, at least for me. But it would be nice not to always be a gangster, because I'm not a gangster. I'm not a drug dealer or shit like that. But it's just like, it's interesting to me that it seems like everything that makes us uncomfortable is political. And instead of us asking why we're uncomfortable, we just get mad and say, nah, this is too political. I don't want to talk about it. You know, you guys don't understand my point of view or your values. And I'm like, I don't even think you understand your own point of view or your values, because you don't even want to fucking talk about this shit. Like, you're just over here just getting mad and yelling at shit. Like, this is the dumbest fucking shit to get mad and complain about. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying like, hey, you know, it'd be nice to have a woman being like, I'd like to have a Latina woman just be the star of a video game character. What's wrong with that? You know, I think that's cool. Let it happen. If it's got a good story, you could easily just put that in and build off that character. If you don't understand that like if you don't understand the culture of the characters you're making, well, why don't you hire more people to fill that role? Like, instead of you just hiring the same people, you can hire different people, and then you'll have different experiences, and then more people will buy it. And then the people that are complaining about it are just like, well, why don't you try it first before you start yelling and complaining and bitching and moaning and all that shit? Moral of the story is this, and I want to get to this point, and I think this is something we all need to sit down and do. Even I'm doing it myself. We need to get used to being uncomfortable. Like, I'm still learning new things that are making me uncomfortable, but I'm taking my time trying to get used to them, get to the point where it's just like, all right, it's cool. You know, like, let me mention something I'm still a little bit uncomfortable with. So, like, the way they talk about the day in the dumb thing, like, I'm kind of uncomfortable with that, because it's just like, I don't want to fuck up saying like they, them as pronouns, because it's just like, yo, if I like this person, I kind of want to say it right. But at the same time, I'm like a little confused on the they, them system. But at the same time, I remember someone had made a tweet saying, yo, if you can understand the whole plot of Kingdom Hearts, then you can understand how the pronouns, for those that are trans or non-binary. And I was just like, bro, I was just like, okay, like, yo, like, I couldn't even argue with that. I don't even have a button for that. But I was just like, damn, that makes beautiful sense. I was like, you're right. So ever since I saw that tweet, well, not just then, but even before, I was like, man, let me try to get used to that. But, you know, at least I could proudly say I'm uncomfortable with that, but I'm getting better at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, you know, it's something I got to learn and develop. And I feel like that's what people should need to do, is like learn and develop. You know, I'm like, let's just have this discussion. Let's sit down and figure out this stuff, man, instead of us just being on Twitter and yelling and complaining. But you know, like, we just need to, you know, the one thing we need to normalize? Fucking therapy. Let's normalize that, though. Let's normalize that. But the end of the moral of the story is this. If you're uncomfortable and you're not going to take the time and energy to wonder and ask why you're uncomfortable about this and work on it, because your logic, and even if you figure out the logic and the reason, you can double check by having someone else, not your friends or someone online, but like a professional therapist, you know, bring this discussion to them and have a discussion about it. Not your family either. Have like an actual discussion with a therapist. And you know, after all that gets settled and done, by then, if you still believe the way you are, then I would highly recommend just not being on social media. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. Just have a discussion Discord of why you're uncomfortable. You know, but at the same time, like, yo, we all need to be better.
Everybody just needs to be fucking better people. I'm so sick of this.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of sounding like I'm the fucking grandfather of video game. I'm not perfect. I know I fucked up. Go ahead and post all the comments about the times I fucked up too. But come on, man.
Boy. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Also, where's that button?
Breaking news!
Guilty Gear Stride. I want to promote this real fast. This was actually going to be like my next week topic, but it's doing so well that I want to talk about it this week. Yo, this game over here, this online has been incredible. I'm waiting for the 17th to come up, which is, no, not the 17th, the 19th, they said. I'm waiting for February 19th for the beta. Either way, I'm going to try the beta, and I'm going to play the game online. I'm going to test this thing by playing on Wi-Fi and my Ethernet cord. And I swear to Santa, if this fighting game is fucking incredible to play online, I am supporting this thing. Yo, if this game plays wonderful online, fuck Tekken, fuck my Dragon Ball FighterZ, fuck BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and especially fuck Grand Blue Versus. I'm supporting this thing. I'm telling you right now, I am supporting all fucking fighting games that are incredible to play online. No more. I am sick and tired of actually playing fighting games. Actually, a lot of multiplayer games that just have shitty online connection. But I can't even say that about shooters. I am just sick and fucking tired of playing online games, especially fighting games, mind you, with just horrible netcode. Like, I can barely play. If I play Street Fighter 5 right now, I can barely play with the motherfucker 2 blocks down without having shitty connection. I can barely play a person playing KOF 14 like 5 blocks down without having booty butt cheeks connection. I am tired of it. I am motherfucking tired of it. And I literally have stated on this podcast, I'm going to state it again. I am supporting any game with amazing online play. Now, granted, I have a list of things I would like for my fighting games, for my shooters, all that stuff. I have a list of things, but I'm willing to just support, because the number one thing is Rollback Netcode. Good online play. Not when I say good, I mean like fucking incredible. Like, I should be able to play this on wired or wireless, and we have a great ass time. But either way, I'm still going to play with my Ethernet. The moral of the story is, I want to support this shit. Yo, shout out to Arc Systems and them doing the do and making this online good. I'm already hearing great things about it. I can't wait to play it. If this game has incredible online, you can have my $60. I'll pay for the extra characters. This will be the one fighting game I support, and I shit you not, I don't give a fuck what other fighting game comes out. If the netcode and the online is complete shit, you will not get support, and I will roast and gun your ass to the whole fucking point. And for the rest of you gamers that are talking about, oh, you're buying into the hype, the online netcode thing, yo, shut the fuck up. And just stay out the way, please. Yo, stay in your little corner of Twitter or Reddit or wherever the fuck corner of the world you are and play your shitty ass connection. Yo, oh, I'm having a fun time playing Dragon Ball FighterZ and just doing Super Dash out of fucking full screen ahead. And then motherfuckers try to 2H you, and apparently a fucking Super Dash beats 2H in FighterZ because your fucking online is shit. Or goodness forbid, me playing Resident Evil Resistance and we're having a grand time playing the game, and the next thing you know, we hit fucking Area 3 and they're fucking messing with their routers and shit. Alright? Like, fuck. I'm sick of you fuckers. I'm sick of it.
Show some motherfucking respect, because I'm sick of hearing all that sexist, racist, homophobic bullshit.
Yo, I know that's not even the right button. I don't even care.
Dumb f***s out there trying to ruin this shit for the rest of us.
Yo, fuck you, motherfuckers complaining about, yo, Rollback Netcode's not that big a deal. Blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. I support Guilty Gear Strive. If I have a fun time playing this online beta, I'm supporting it. Fuck you, son of some bitches. The end. You fuckers, you. Shit. Alright, what's my last breaking news, man? Where the fuck are you?
Breaking news!
So, let me get a little bit. Let me calm the fuck down. Here we go. Oh, whoa. No, that's intimate. I said calm the fuck down. So, certain theaters, I saw this tweet. AMC, I actually found out that the AMC downtown and a few areas here in Chicago are supporting the ability for gamers to rent out theaters in order to play video games. And also, you could also rent out theaters to watch movies by yourself. Now, the movies by yourself thing is still $100 something. I think it's like 110 after tax. No, not 110, like 112? Like 100. No, it's about 110. Because I'm trying to include the tax and everything, and then I'm rounding it up. So for the movies, it's 110. Now, I believe it's just a tad bit, a little bit less. Well, it's a tad bit more. But, I mean, it's all good. I think that's a very interesting thing. I'm actually going to try it. I might not put that on social media because I'm not trying to advertise where the fuck I like to go for my movie theaters and everything. But like, I'm going to personally try it. I might take some pictures and stuff like that. But I'll definitely bring my PS4 one day. And then like, I'm actually curious to know if I could play online at the theater. Because I might be that motherfucker that rents out the theater just for the morning, just to play Resident Evil Resistance early in the fucking morning. I might do it. Fucking challenge me if you want. You know damn well I might be that motherfucker that just rents out Resident Evil Resistance and just play that, because
It's spooky.
that, you know, a lot more people aren't even taking advantage of this. This is why AMC stock kind of went up a bit. Well, not went up, but it's kind of averaging on where it's at. But I'm just happy about it. Like, damn. I would highly recommend, if you do have the money, about, I'm going to say 120, 150, because you might also want something to eat. Well, actually, I heard that they're still making food at the theater for people that do come in and watch movies. But it's like, not a lot of people that are working at AMC. It's just like a very, 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 very small amount of people. But from what I have been heard, especially when they do to run out of the theaters, that you can get food and drinks orders, so you could just literally sit there and just enjoy yourself and eat and drink and watch movies. So I wouldn't be surprised if you can eat and drink and play video games there. Now, I don't want to say, this is why I don't want to mention the price, because some theaters are a little bit different. I heard that there's like certain different prices, and I know there's more than different theaters besides AMC. So I would highly recommend that you check it out if you are interested. Go ahead and Google it. But, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, unless you're going to have a shit ton of money, but I'm willing to sacrifice, like $150, $200. And I actually might do it sometime in March, just for shits and giggles. When my city warms up a bit. But yeah, that's my discussions for this week. Yes. Anyways, though, we have actually reached that time of the show where we got to say goodbye. But before we do, you already know what time it is. It's time for shameless plugins. Go. So, the Chronicles of Gamers, we're on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher. The end. No. Also, you can check me out, Efocutioner, on Tweet. For my video people, just look down. I gotta change the Instagram. But you can follow the Chronicles of Gamers on Instagram. We're on Facebook, the Chronicles of Gamers. And, of course, YouTube as well. I'm very happy to say we are doing a wonderful job at Twitch. Follow the Chronicles of Gamers on twitch.tv/Chronicles of Gamers. Where I mostly play Resident Evil Resistance. This is a game bundled with Resident Evil 3 Remake. Hey, I got the swing point! I got the swing point thing, baby. Where's my music? I got it. We got it. Woo! Alright. I got the swing point quote down. Nice. So yes, I mostly play that. I'll also be playing the ground a bit. And any other games that I'll be playing in the near future, I'll just let you know. You can just follow Efocutioner on Twitter if you want more information on that. I'm getting everything a little bit together. I'm talking to someone so that way I can get things together. But yeah, that's just pretty much what's happening. Oh man, I'm kind of like expanding the point. Moral of the story is, if you're interested in the Chronicles of Gamers, just type us in Google. You'll find everything you need. I keep saying that, but Google us, Bing us, Ash Jeeves. Just type us in, you'll find us. But besides that, anyways, thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. And of course, stay lit. Damn it, I gotta find a better catchphrase.